guys, and welcome to another video. This video is about how to use DMX. Now, DMX might be a little bit scary for most of you. It is, but I find it very powerful and very easy. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at how to DMX 2 fixtures which are sound active, and then we're going to use how to program and control these big guys. These are just LED power cans. These are very nice and very bright power cans. What I'd really like you guys to see is how easy it is, but it's very easy to do and very good to pick up, and there's loads of different things you can do, like uplighting, washers, stage, and all that kind of stuff. So this is the video of how you can do this stuff with power cans and other sound active fixtures that have DMX. Let's go. So the first thing we're going to have to do is take a look at these two LED domes. Now obviously there's loads of different people that want like their lights and sound active mode, but they want both of their fixtures to do the same thing. Now obviously there's loads of people that want that, but the one way to do it is by having this little cable. It's a DMX cable. Obviously there you go. It's a 3-pin cable. I wouldn't want to get like a 5-pin cable, that doesn't help you, but obviously on the back of every single LED fixture nowadays you can see 3-pin, there you go, 3-pin DMX in and out on each fixture. Now obviously these two little domes, as you see, they're doing the same thing. But if we get DMX, we'll be able to do something that we really want to do. So this is what we can do. So basically what you can do, put your first fixture in one place. There you go. In one place of the room. And then, well, the place that you want to put the fixture. Then get your DMX cable, which is your input cable. Or the cable that goes into this input. I don't even know if it's female or male, because I get quite confused. And then plug it in. But then how do you set it? Well, obviously I'll bring it up to the camera. There you go. First thing we have to do, obviously this is a DMX display. You might get dip switches, you might not, you might get one of these. Hopefully you do. The first thing you have to do is press menu until you get A001. There you go. And then obviously it goes into blackout and nothing is happening. Is that it's not getting any address for the fixture. Then put the fixture, well, if I can get the rest of the cable out, then put this fixture, place it somewhere where you want the fixture to go, so like this is as a radiator. Then grab your other fixture, put it, oh, we're going to put it right next to my speaker underneath. Then, so easy, pretty much you can do this in your sleep. It's very easy. And then plug it in to output, which is, I don't think you can see it, but the cable, this one, goes into the only input that you can find, and then boom. Now that fixture is now activating DMX. Now DMX might sound a little bit complicated for you guys, but there you go. Now there you go. It's very easy to get your two fixtures up and running. Now I kind of find you might see this as very simple and not very powerful at all, but I kind of find that DMX is very, very powerful indeed, and I'll show you with some power cans. Now this, you might see quite a lot of these on the internet or places. This little thing is a simple power can. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this to the chain. Now DMX might sound a little bit silly for most of you, but it's really easy. It's a really easy thing. Now here you find your, zoom that in. Obviously here's your simple Parkan. Now here's the first thing. This is a digital display, as you see the display on the top. Now obviously this isn't great light, but hey, you have to live with it. The first thing we have to do, obviously, as you can see, it's D001. Keep on clicking menu until you get D001. It might just be A001, but it depends on which fixture you have. So now what I've done, I've connected it from my controller to the first thing, which is the DMX input. As you can see that, you might not see very well, because yeah, it is a very small thing. So there you go. Now get your monster cable, which is the longest cable of all. Which is a 5-meter cable. It might be less, might be more, but as you can see, long but huge cable. And the first thing you have to do, well, straighten it out first, is plug in the output of your fixture. Now that's very easy, you might see, but then you have to do that to every single fixture you have. Now let's go to our other fixture. Now this is our next Parkan in the chain. Now if you have like 50 Parkans and you want to DMX control these things, you will have to get them up to all of them connected in the chain. That might get a little bit scary for you guys. Now when you've finished and you've got your end of your cable, it might be a little bit messy, but hey, at least you've got to your next fixture. Next thing you have to do is plug in, and if it's the last one in the chain, there's no more Parkans, there's no more stuff that you want to connect. Leave it. You don't have to put like the output, this little thing out here, forget about it. You don't have to connect it back to your controller and other things. That's it. Now obviously you might find fixtures doing their own like digital display, like their own stuff like that one is doing, but these are now outputting DMX. Now DMX is very easy. You find it very powerful because you can control moving heads, LED Parkans, lasers, and other stuff that is DMXable, like my domes and other things. It's pretty much up to you what light you want to control. Now here's one thing, there are loads of different lights that you may want to get. Like there's simple Parkans like this. These are very good for starters, for like starting up DJs, not for like these monster DJs that are really getting into like really good parties and stuff. Branded lights, that'll be good for them. Very expensive lights, well, get them easily, but just cheap Chinese Parkans, branded or non-branded, it's up to you. What kind of money you have. I just spent like £40 on these 4 lights, 4 around the room, and these are very easy lights. Now obviously there you go, they're very simple. They only have 6 DMX channels. Now what I mean by DMX channels is that, as you see on this digital display right here, this thing, here's one thing. First thing you have to do, obviously, if your fixture, well, you want to take control of each single Parkan. That's a lot of DMX channels, of course. So this fixture has 6 DMX channels. That could do your dimming, your red, green, blue, your strobe, all that kind of stuff. And the next available channel, you might find this in loads of controllers, is 7. DMX address 7. Now obviously we're not going to individually control these lights. That's going to get a lot chaotic, so you don't have to worry about that. And the maximum DMX channels you have on this is 5 512 DMX channels. Now that is a lot of channels and lights, so you can basically get like a whole studio worth of lights, and you'll be able to work like 2 universes. Now you don't have to be worried about 2 universes. Don't have to worry about that. That's more like over 101 channels. Like this is 1 universe. Now I won't get into a huge detail on this because it's quite hard for me to explain. But hey, it's really cool and easy to use these fixtures. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go and show you the controller that we're using. Right, this is a DMX controller. This is a Obey 40. Not the best controller, there are better controllers than this. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how you can use your lights and turn them on and use the DMX channels. Now obviously they've got faders which you can move up and down. These are for your channels, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and then you've got the 16 channels. And some people may say that this is very powerful. I find there's loads of weaknesses on this thing. Definitely will go for a ADJ, MyDMX or whatever you like. It depends on what light you like or what company you like, but I mainly like ADJ for starters. So turn that off. First thing we have to do, if you're not an idiot like me, plug in your DMX. Now obviously I took a lot of time trying to get your DMX in, and this is the end, this is the starter of all the lights. Now what we've got 4 power cans. We've got 1 over there, 1 over there, 1 back there, and 1 all the way back there. Now there are loads of them, but that should be easy because there are loads of channels. Now what we're not going to do on this video, we're not going to actually individually control each light. We're going to control, well, pretty much, we're going to actually how you can easily control effects for your light shows. Now obviously plug it in. Don't be an idiot like I did. Like I turned on the controller, started programming, but I found out nothing was working. So I called in my dad and found out I didn't plug the cable in. Don't be an idiot. Do that first, nothing else. So first thing, press this, which is your fixtures. I don't really know how you work that. There's only up to 12. I don't really know what you do because there's 512 channels and it says there's 12 fixtures they can select. I don't know why, but hey. Okay, what we're going to start off, we're going to put up fader 1 and nothing's happening. Well, this thing has 6 DMX channels: dimmer, red, green, blue, strobe, and built-in programs. This is quite strong, quite cool. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you power can, is turn on red. So there you go. You got your red, your green, your blue, and then strobe. Now I find it quite useful because actually obviously there's a power can right behind there. I find it quite useful because then what I can do, I can colour mix up to like a white or like a kind of a pink. There you go, that's a good kind of purple, kind of a pink. It doesn't come out great on this camera, it's just a good camera, but hey. Then you can just turn it to red, like that's a good red for like fiery stuff, but hey, it's good. But here's one thing I quite like: put all of your fixtures on full white. There you go. But then you can, on channel number 1, dim down the fixtures. Now I'm not using the domes, I'm just using the power cans, and you can just automatically bring it back up. And this is one here, this is channel number 5. Now I find it very useful for you DJs that are wanting strobe. You'll need to buy a strobe light. No way, I'm never going to spend like £20 on a new strobe. This is how I quite like. Channel 5, you can use it as a brilliant strobe. These are very fast strobe lights, so if you want a cheap strobe, these are good strobe lights. And then, if I bring all these park ends down, I can then bring in the built-in programs, but I can keep on all these and red. So this is what they are good at. So we've got red, green, blue, sorry, and then you get some loads of good colour mixing. The pink, there's that white, and then you get some chasers. Now these chasers are very cool. Ooh, sorry. These chasers are really cool if you're wanting to do like a good built-in effect. Except from programming for an entire while. And there you go, you can get some really cool strobing effects. As you can see, there's the park end right behind us, and there's that park end right there. Obviously it doesn't come out brilliant on this camera, but hey. And I find this weird because actually, obviously, with these you can't go like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Your fixtures won't do anything because they're just corresponding to the channel you are using. So you have to use your hand very slowly. And then there you go, there's the effect stopped, and then green, and then this is just like some static chasers, so like some different colours mixing. It's like and then you can get, like if I go a little bit more, you can get quicker, really quick. Oh, sorry, really quick. Extremely quick. This is very quick for good for DJs. I use that. It's really cool. Quick. And then if we go up a little bit more, a bit lower. This is amazing. Basically what's happening now on the LED park end, if you take a look there, it's using its own, this isn't a built-in program, it's fading between different colours very slow at the speed of your choice pretty much, and it does look really amazing because if you look at the wall, look at the wall, up behind you, it looks much more spectacular than you think. Obviously you can do some uplighting like I'm doing here, or washing the entire room, as these things are great at washing the entire room at the same time of doing some stuff which are quite cool. So if I bring up the fade a little more faster, higher, you'll be able to see that it's like a fade in dance. It's really cool. And then if you want, you can add in a strobe, but you can't, as you can see here, dim them down. So don't know why that's doing that, but as you see, I'm using fader 1, nothing's dimming down, they're all in their own program. Turn down the strobe. So if you get like an effect that you really like I like that, like the fading in time. And actually I do find out that all the fixtures are off each other, so they're not all at the same speed, they're all in their different colours at different times. I believe that's just kind of a channel thing, but it does end up looking very cool. Now, if I want to save that effect, but there's no one there, don't want anyone to see the lights, I'll click this button here, it says blackout, press it, don't just like do that, you have to press and hold it, or not for long, just press it, and then it comes back on. It's a really cool fade, and then so back it out, and then when people come in, you can just press the blackout off, the LEDs slowly come on, and off you go. That is how to control and use DMX using this very simple, well, hard DMX controller. There are easier controllers than this, there are similar controllers like this. I would recommend getting the software if you like, but it depends on what you like. So from this, to a Parken, to a Sound Active Visual scanner, like any other light you can think of that has DMX, use this or DMX to control Sound Active. It's really up to you which fixture you like. See you guys later.